Some days I'm not myself. There's no one I can turn to. All the feelings that we shared are in the past. Your relationships are never meant to last. All the feelings that we shared are in the past. Your relationships are never meant to last. It might take some time, but I'll be alright. I'm moving on, moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. I'm moving on, I'm moving on. Moving on, moving on.
Won't you take me to that place? Take me to that place. Won't you take me to that place? Won't you take me to that place? Won't you take me there, man? Because you said enough, you said enough, you said enough. Because you said enough, you said enough.
Baby, this is do or die. Feel it in my veins tonight. Emotional suicide. You know it's an eye for eye. I didn't wanna walk the plank. But the Mariona, it came like the thunder. I was on my way to going under. Swimming in the banya, I was covered in a tidal wave, But I'm a fighter, try to take me down, I'm going higher. Baby, you've been playing with some fire. You've been playing with fire. One day you will see what you made of me. Found my inner peace. You watch it release in the dead of night. In the dead of night. Baby, when it's do or die, you know it's an eye for eye. Feel the energy align in the dead of night. 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 You can save your alibi. I already know you lied. Oh no, no, don't even try. Watch the flame in me ignite. You didn't wanna walk the plank. But the Mariona, it came. Baby, it was dark, it was hard to see. And that's when the spark lit inside of me. Oh, I was lost from reverie. Oh, one day you will see what you made of me, what's inside of me. Oh, inside of me. Oh, and one day you will see I found my inner beast, and you watch it release.
I got drunk off your demons. One sipping, I'm lovesick. Built a home, turned to ruins. Followed you into the night. Couldn't let you leave, watch you leave on. Nothing less come daylight. Come daylight. You played with my head, guilty free in my bed. So used to being forsaken, go down my own now. Feels like home in our room.
Of course, my mic was off. Hey guys, anyways, Coach Alfred Willow here, and I just want to let you guys know that Bash is having some technical difficulties with one of their players' accounts. It's doing some weird stuff, and so we're going to give him some time to get that arranged. So we're just going to go back to the music, and thank you guys for your patience.
I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the door closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago. Sleepless nights I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity?
Okay, guys, it looks like... Whoa, what the heck happened with my mic there? It looks like both teams got their technical difficulties up and running, and so this is the second week of preseason where we have the Willow Canyon Wildcats, or the League of Willow, up against the Basha Bears. And in preseason, unlike regular season, these are blind drafts, so each team gets to basically pick the best of the best, or whoever they want. And so we'll talk about this during the spectator delay. So right now, just enjoy, take a look at what each team is picking. Wow. Jimmy and some of the other guys getting a little botted out there. So, okay, so with our spectator delay, here we go. So, in the top lane, we have an Aphelios versus a Karma. Neither really a traditional top lane pick. So this will be kind of interesting. Aphelios can really pop off, but Karma does have a lot of CC that she can kind of affect this and control this. In the jungle, we have an Ivern versus a J4. 1 Terra 1. J4 is one of its preferred champs, and Ivern is just a good jungler all around. In the mid lane, we have an Aurelia versus a Galio, so we kind of have this tank against this engage. Assassin, I'm kind of curious why Micah didn't take his Aurelia, but we'll see how it goes. And in the bot lane, we have a Kaisa Leona, which is what our scouting report said we would get. And going into that is a Misfortune Morgana. Morgana being a comfort pick for Frozen Cat 3030, and MF is always a good choice, and Lone Wolfie always does a good job with the Queen of the Pirates. So, sorry this took a little bit to get going, but here we go, and just enjoy this for the next minute and a half. Enjoy some music, and we'll be back in about a minute.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel it. Now I feel it. Your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel it.
Okay, and welcome back. Oh, that went really quick. Apparently the hamsters are working. So we're going to get this scoreboard up for you guys. And it looks like Basha is starting on the bot side blue, and Willow Canyon starting on the top side. It'd be interesting to see if either team does kind of early invade. Basha did very well in the... Oh, my mask is on upside down. Basha did very well in the fall, placing pretty high in playoffs. So this is a very strong team against a Willow team that's doing some rebuilding from its first season.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
So it seems like both teams are playing it a little conservative. Both in a 5-point, though it looks like the Ivern is going to do his chickens clear. It's been kind of interesting since the latest patch. Jungle has gotten a little bit of a nerf on its camps, both in the amount of XP gold and the speed at which they clear. Some jungle champs are doing better than others.
Minions has spawned.
So it looks like the J4 is going ahead and starting red here. And so that's going to let Willow, well, both Willow and Basha's bot lane, neither of them needs to leash, so there's going to be a bit of an advantage. That advantage either side would have gotten is negated here. So they're going to start clearing. And Ivern, of course, doing Ivern things. Making friends. And Basha going ahead and pinging the top. Probably wondering where the J4 is, knowing that a J4 likes a J4 likes the red start. Now, one of the things that's really interesting here is while Achilles does play a very mean Galio, I am Dizzy is a Diamond 2 player, one of the stronger players in the state of Arizona. And so this mid lane matchup is going to be very, very interesting. Oh, and we saw a kill here. Let's go ahead and go back here. So we see big push, Lone Wolfie taking down the Kaisa, but the Leona taking down the Morgana, leaving kind of a split in the mid, but that is going to let the Morgana get ahead by taking a lot of that CS. Oh, and it looks like they got another kill while I was out looking. And the Aurelia taking out the Galio mid lane. Kind of about halfway. She's backing here. And on the top lane, we have that aggression from the Aphelios against the Karma. Karma using some of her mobility there. Good root from the Kaisa, but Leona steps in and with the stun on the MF stops a second kill of the bot lane. Ivern crossing the mid lane here. Leona back after buying, what did she buy? Her Doran's Blade and a longsword, upping her damage. Besides already having the corruption poison. Not quite sure what MF is there. Oh, we have a disconnect, so we're probably going to see a pause here. J4 tries to save and ends up getting a double kill and getting that Aurelia fed, which is probably not a good idea with a player like this. Okay, looks like Lone Wolfie is back. Ivern coming down for a gank, but both sides, can they get away here? Stun was missed. Flash. And the Ivern brings some things in here, tries for a second gank, but doesn't quite get it. Hey viewers, thanks for showing up. please be aware the bot is on extra duty today. Seems to be doing pretty well. Top lane is pretty even with this Karma Aphelios, so this is kind of an interesting lane matchup. And in the bot lane, Kaisa they're pretty much tied here in the bot lane. But this mid lane matchup is not a good matchup for Willow Canyon. We have Ivern coming down. And I think this Aphelios might be going down here. It's giving the money to the J4, but now we have a dragon by itself. Ivern rooting the Morgana. Good dodge there by Frozen Cat, but that is leaving a unwarded dragon that might just be a free drag here for Basha. And Willow Canyon's not making a move on this dragon. Ivern does have a kind of slow drag clear early, so he really is going to require this Leona to tank for him. J4 manages to flash over the wall and get away, and it is a waste of an ult there by the Aurelia, but it doesn't really matter because this dragon is going to go down to Basha, giving them an Ocean Drake, which regenerates health, and bringing up an Infernal Drake in 5 minutes. So we will not see an Infernal Soul. And, oh yes, the Galio did get the retributive kill there on the Aurelia, but the Aurelia is 4-1-0, so that's not very good for Willow. But the bot lane here is holding their own, in fact pushing it up just a little bit. That lack of movement there. Ivern keeps trying to come down and gank this bot lane. Not quite sure what he's doing. He's like ganking bot mid, and Willow is ganking top mid, so I think Willow probably needs to make a change there. This Kaisa is especially vulnerable, I think. Leon is doing okay. J4 pinging that the Rift Herald's up in 12 seconds, but we see the Ivern obviously very well aware of that. And this collapse by Aphelios maybe? And Galio is out of position. He does have vision, so that is one of his weaknesses. And that gives the Daisy some lane prio. Probably going to take this Herald here. Aphelios coming down to help. Objective control definitely Basha's forte, as we can see in the first 8 minutes of this game. And that is a Rift Herald to Basha. So the first two objectives on the map going to Basha. Top lane is holding pretty even. Bot lane, I would give a slight advantage to Willow. They do have vision. They might get a plate here. Aurelia doing a great job controlling the CS. And at this point, she's pretty scary of being 5-1. Karma managing to get away. And we have Herald dropped in the top lane. Galio might be able to take this Ivern here without the Aurelia nearby, but Root stops him. Bot lane. Not a lot of kills so far, but I think Willow is kind of controlling the pace here. I'm gonna put this on directed camera. Apologize, I have to make some changes to our roster. Apologize for this. Looks like I didn't miss any kills here, but we do have a dragon. Both sides trying to set up for this dragon. But Aurelia is pretty scary. There's not much the Galio can do. Ooh, might be where the Leona's backing. The Leona's backing the two of them. Willow's doing some kind of ping. Quite sure what happened there. I think Willow's just going to try to pick another play here in the bot lane. Both sides have a ton of vision here. This is an important Drake, being an Infernal Drake. It's a lot of damage. Oh, Aurelia. Aurelia is so strong. Oh. Kaisa picking up a lot of CS here. I think the Leona is going to go down there. Great kill by 101. With Leona down, I think this is a drag for Willow. Ivern's up top. And we're looking at Herald in a minute. Herald might freeze some things up. Everyone looking for some kind of gank. Good communication from Micah here. Daisy comes up. Trying to get away. Lost that tower for sure. Just trying to get away. Good shield from the Karma. Is it almost a tower swap? Nope, it's not almost. Tower swap. So the Phelios, I think, was a good choice here. Really telling. What do you mean you guys can't see the game? Can you guys see it now? Oh, now you should. Sorry, I had to swap my rosters. Galio making a tough fight here, but The 2 turrets down for Willow. They're down about 4,000 gold, behind 3 deaths. But dragons are the same, but they are down a herald. And I don't think Willow is necessarily on it. And Aurelia. Aurelia now able to roam with some impunity. Ivern taking the red. That probably would have been better him transferring that to Aurelia. But I think this is going to give them another herald. And there's not a lot Willow can do. There's not a lot of prio here for Willow in any way, shape, or form. Bot lane is kind of owning it, but needs to be some rotation here. Looks like Aurelia is going to come down and try to take this bot lane. She's so fat right now. That might be an issue. Ooh. Micah comes in with a TP. That's a triple under tower, and that's a 9-1 Aurelia this early in the game. That's just nasty, ugly. Daisy coming out against the J4. And Aphelios trying to do stuff, but that's a herald for Basha here. It's going to be really hard for Willow to come back from this. Seems like both teams kind of flashing their abilities here. I think Aurelia's gonna get away here. Aurelia doesn't have that much gold. Aphelios really needs. And see, Ivern has kind of this terrible, like, objective clear. Like, without the rest of his team, I mean, he's taken forever to work on this Herald. But he ends up getting it. So 2 Heralds, 1 Drag, 2 Basha. Is it Basha or Basha? I don't know. So, and we got 40 seconds on a Mountain Drake, so that's going to lead to a Mountain Soul. A lot of armor for whoever gets that soul. Right now it's tied, but Basha is really set up for the good team fight here, and this Aurelia is going to cause a lot of problems. Ooh. Looks like all of Willow is there. As is all of Basha. They're going to try for some kind of steal or just give it to him. I'm not sure. I think this is a mountain drag for Basha. So they're up now 2 drags. They're up about 5k gold. Bijan score is about tied. This is Aurelia's game to dictate, though. I think if you look at the other lanes, really pretty even with a slight edge to Willow, but that's what happens when you have a D2 player in any kind of game. Has 2 towers down in the mid lane. And of course, Ionia tower. Under tower there. Is she gonna get away? She might. Wow. And just absolutely destroying with the Ivern coming in. Oof. That is the danger of a Fat Aurelia. She is so fed right now. 12 kills. So much lifesteal. Daisy's doing her job. See, when you get out of the Aurelia, you know, Willow's doing alright. This Aurelia is really deciding this entire match. Yeah, this is Aurelia versus Willow. And I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not. Obviously with the skill discrepancy, you're going to have that, but this is also where you see the difference when you have teams like Brophy, who have like all Diamond and Platinum players. This kind of matchup isn't that good because Aurelia is not going to get ahead. She's got 2,600 gold. So this is a more traditional ADC matchup.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And here we see this Aurelia is no one. Willow can't come in and engage against her. You know, when Willow's going up against anything but her, they do pretty well. Oh, sorry. I did turn off the lights for the kids. Let's get some ring light action going. And they're just going to take a Baron here. And in competition, the Baron is worth 50 tiebreaker points, so that's a good decision, even though they probably could have won it. That is that was a Baron, but Galio's taken out this Ophelia. But the rest of their team has a Baron buff and super minions at both the top and the mid lane. That is not a good thing for Willow. Morgana Karma just having to clear Nexus. And now they're going for a third dragon here. Taking it down super fast. Controlling the objective. The Dragon Soul is another 50 tiebreaker points. So they might drag this game out. Don't quite understand why they're all going bot lane. Willow doing some clear, but we have a Galio here just hanging out, and he's about to face the entire Basha team. Five hits by the Aurelia takes down a turret. Wow. Daisy's coming out again. This is a very classic control by a much higher level team. Baron buff. Two turrets down, killing them in their own Nexus. This is going to be a Nexus kill. GG to Basha. The game is going to freeze, so we're not going to see the stats. So we're going to go ahead and set up for game 2. And we'll be right back. Actually, we are going to get some stats here. So if we look at just a quick graph, it's really easy. We can see Willow's team is pretty consistent. Only the MF got above 10,000. But really, this Aurelia dominated the entire match.
What's the name of the school?
And Basha. So let's go ahead and get this next match set up. See if I can get my code. Do you guys have a code yet for the next game? We'll be right back. muted. Hey, I've been muted. Awesome. So anyways, we're seeing two pikes, a top lane pike and a mid lane pike, or a bottom pike. And that's going against a Kai'Sa Senna and a Kai'Sa pike. And I was talking about how Senna is broken right now with a specific item, the Rage Blade, the Ginsu Rage Blade, where it actually cancels out her debuff that she was getting on building too much crit with too many souls. And it gives it back to her, instead of as crit, it gives it back to her as bonus damage. And it's a lot of damage. It's so bad, I read an article today that Riot was going to come in and nerf it. In the mid lane, we have a Lucian versus a Xerath. So very different than the first match. But the Lucian can definitely scale, and if he gets ahead like he did, I Am Dizzy got ahead with Aurelia, that is not going to go well for the Xerath. The Xerath is kind of a poke. And in the jungle, we have a Lee Sin versus an Olaf, so that's a lot of damage. Olaf is just, he can get in and just stand in your face. He does more damage the more he hurts. If he builds some lifesteal, he's just going to stay up. But Lee Sin can push some people away, does a lot of damage. The Blind Monk is pretty good. And Micah chose his comfort pick, the Aurelia. And we'll see how this match goes. The first match did not go too well for Willow. But I would have to say that that's because of I Am Dizzy. If you look at every other matchup in that game, Willow, I think, actually came out ahead. Tang Yishan came out a little bit ahead at the end, but he was playing in Aphelios, and if he wasn't scaling, then that would have been a bad Aphelios. So this will be very, very interesting. Let's see if Willow can pull it out for Game 2. And let's see. Seems like everybody's hamsters are working. So this time we are going to see Basha up on top side red, and we're going to see Willow bot side blue. Here we go. So based off the pings, I'm thinking Basha is going to go for an early invade here. Let's see what Willow can do. We already have them going into a standard 5 point, so Aurelia is going to be out of position. Let's see how well this goes here. And the Lee Sin can see it. Definitely pulling out the Kai'Sa and the Pike being out of position here.
Now we run.
Looks like they are going to try to take 3-2. Looks like they did pull back, and that's going to end up slowing down, I don't think, anybody. That was just kind of a flashy no-go. We'll see what happens. And Micah 101 taking on blue, which is kind of a hard early go for these teams, but doable. Pike going ahead and getting some early CS, which he's going to need against an Aurelia if Aurelia can get ahead. And the Kai'Sa for the Basha Kai'Sa almost goes down. And the aggression from Willow in the bot lane much higher this match with their Saucy going in. And Achilles seeming to hold himself okay in the mid lane. Down a little bit CS. But in the top lane, the Pyke, not having to leech, got ahead of the Aurelia. Achilles manages to get away. Lee Sin was making an attempt here at an early gank. Interesting. Olaf going in for a gank here. Really managing to get away, and Lee Sin is coming out. Lee Sin gets it. It's really effective. Pyke being caught out here. And 1-1 taking down the Pyke, so Willow up 2 kills in this early matchup. 3 more? No. In the bot lane. Seems like Willow's doing a little better here, but that Olaf is definitely ahead. In terms of the CS. Please remember we are in a 3-minute delay, so though you can hear some of my players on the other side of me, they are 3 minutes ahead of me, and I have no idea what they're doing. I'm not looking at them. And my reporting is only on their past actions. I guess that's appropriate since I am a history teacher. I talk about the past every day. So here we, once again, I think, starting to see objective control being very important for Basha. This Olaf moving in. Olaf can maybe get an early clear on a drag at 4. He's one of the champions that can. He's better off at a 5 or a 6. But getting vision. And he's ahead by 10 CS. And Aurelia, Micah has gotten ahead, has caught up to the Pyke, and is now getting ahead here. Pulling the Kaisa in, the Pyke. A lot more aggression this time from Willow. No free username. Tries for a flash kill, but doesn't work. And now we see Olaf coming down. Olaf might be able to take these two in the bot lane. They are kind of hurt. So now it's 3v1 with Lee Sin coming in. Nope. Okay, so that was kind of a wash. Kaisa is still low. Chrono Fire. Lee Sin working on his second red. Bit of a waste of an ult. Part of me's wondering, hold on, I gotta. There we go. Maybe, there we go. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. Seems like Willow backed. Went for some. There we go. Went to spend some of his money. Pyke needs to spend 1,200. Still working on his steel shoulder guards. But yeah. Both junglers working on probably gore drinking. this is the strength of Aurelia here. She just can heal so much so quick. She can lock you down. Looks like Olaf might be making a play here. He doesn't have his Aurelia who can come down, and Aurelia, Iron Dizzy has not really been fed much. This was a good choice by Achilles. He'll never hear me say that, but I told him to take the Galio, and that was probably a bad pick for me, and I think he's doing much better with the Xerath in this match. Olaf having to use his ult, but does get away. Almost taken down by the Willow from the bot lane here. And Dizzy getting the kill on the Xerath here with the ult. But we're seeing that CS difference again, and that's the difference between silver gold player and a diamond player. So, and I can't say much. I mean, if I was in the mid lane against them too, I would also be struggling. That was kind of interesting there. Chrono Fire down. And we see Willow Canyon up 2 kills and about 700 gold. Pretty much negligible. And we still have a Cloud Drake up. Neither side has gotten the dragon down. Did someone get a Herald? Did I miss the Herald? Was there a Herald that I missed? Neither side really having vision in the bot river. Oh, I'm sorry. Willow Canyon got the Herald. Lee Sin has it. So, just trying to figure out probably where to drop it. That might be a bot lane drop. Maybe not. Neither side has taken a dragon, and we're at the 10-minute mark. And Micah doing much better this round with the Aurelia. Ooh. My back. It's killing me. Anybody else's back hurt? And the stun. Normally you don't want your support being that far ahead of your ADC, but in this case it's tight, so it's all good. Versasi taking down both. Tons of gold for everybody. If the Herald drop, this might be a drag play by both teams. Letting work on that drag and just kind of keeping them honest. And that is a easy Cloud Drake to Willow. Up next is an Ocean Drake, so we will see neither a Cloud nor Ocean Soul. And that's a lot of gold Willow's sitting on right now, especially that pike. And I think you see the difference in comfort level here because that Tang Shan is not doing what Versasi is doing here. And we definitely swapped out our bot lane. Trying something new, trying something different. 2 new freshman players. Senna managing to get away. Kaisa managed to get the kill on the Senna. Willow's bot lane, the only two with their mythic. Uh-oh, Olaf and Lee Sin here, making a play. Olaf managing to get the red buff. But Zera, Willow flashing in on the Olaf. Lucian not able to dictate the battle like Dizzy did in the first game with the Aurelia. A minute and a half on the kite goes down. The two Kai'Sas on the bottom are really confusing me. It's been a long day, and telling the difference between the two of them, oh, it's driving me crazy. Lucian pushing his wave, doing much better on the CS battle in the mid lane. Both sides setting up something. We got 30 seconds on a Herald, 2 minutes on a Ocean Drake. The first dragon was taken rather late. I don't know if we will see a soul unless this is a very long match.
I didn't see him, sorry.
Ooh, Olaf getting the gank on Versace. Very good there. But I think Lee Sin is going for the second Herald. Much better objective control this time. Much better objective control by Willow this time. A lot of mobility there we saw in the bot lane. Let's see if Kai'Sa can take down this rather wounded Lucian. Does she have her ult? I don't think she does. Does have her ult. 4v1 in the mid lane. I don't think the Kai'Sa is going to do much. But the Lee Sin does pick up the Herald, so Willow much better on objective control this time. We do have 45 seconds until we see an Ocean Soul. Not necessarily as important, but that healing is useful. I think what'll be actually really interesting, kind of a theoretical what-if play, is if Micah this time, as the Aurelia gets ahead and manages to act as a counter to the Lucian. Oof. A lot of the dead. Not much Aurelia could have done there on the top lane. And Olaf getting his first kill, but Willow taking that distraction by the Olaf and taking that kill. Clearing that vision. So red team taking out, Willow Canyon taking first turret, and also first blood. That's a lot of tiebreakers right there. Aurelia coming in and kind of saving that. Pike did get the kill on a Lucian. So that's the first death for Iron Dizzy in either game. So Pike kind of building now. So we are seeing a Mountain Soul. The next dragon is a Earth Dragon. Getting lots of armor. The last game was also a Mountain Soul. Right? You need to do a better job there. The 2 Kaises and 2 Pikes. Is it confusing anybody else? Is this why we do drafts and bans to prevent duplicate picks? Oh. Like Coach needs some caffeine, which is not good for Coach. Let me tell you, that is not good for Coach. Actually, caffeine I don't think is good for anybody. I think it causes too much anxiety. So we got 2 minutes on drag. Not quite sure what we're doing here in the bot lane. Olaf getting pretty stacked with Gore Drinker there.
Next time you back, Andrew, can you get check it?
This is where that Lucian starts getting ahead. Saucy going to try to kill this Lucian. Seems to get away though. It was almost a 4v1. Not the best exchange, and now Basha up by 4 kills, or excuse me, 3 kills and about 3k gold. Now it also down 1 turret. Willow Canyon being down 1 turret. We soon talking about the next Drake. Yeah. Seems like both teams are just trying to do a little cleanup before they go on the drag. We do have a Baron up, but I don't think either team is ready for a Baron. Both are trying to get away. Now we're starting to see a fed I am Dizzy again. This is where that comes in. And Willow has not responded with a fed Aurelia. At best, Willow has a fed Pike, which could work. We'll have to see how Willow's looks like Willow's probably going to take this third trade. Philly's doing a good job keeping everybody off of it. We should maybe making a play on the second drag. So Willow down now 2 towers. Still behind by 3 kills. Down by about 4k gold. Lucian's probably going to back here soon. But Xerath needs to go back, as does the Pike. So the Pike did go back. Now it looks like Basha's going to try to ARAM it with a 4 stack here in the middle. Not much Willow can do here. Red team pinging the Aurelia is alone. Lucian making a play here. Aurelia managing to get away. Interesting, looking at the timeline, we can see a huge stack right here. Alright. Both teams trying to find someone to make it. Gareth managing to get away. So much vision all around. At this point, I think Bash is starting to control the narrative, where before Willow was doing okay. Are they gonna make a play for Grass or Baron? And Basha's making an early play for, well, not an early, it's 45 minutes, but making a play for Drag. Willow's definitely being out of position, and we do have a minute and a half on the 4th Drag, which would be sold for Willow, which wouldn't be too bad of a trade, but so we're gonna see what Willow's gonna do with this. And both teams thinking that the Mountain Drake will be up in 40 seconds or so. Willow's Kaisa trying to get caught up with Sia. Basha here kind of controlling that bot river. Willow doesn't have much vision there. Now the Lucian's coming down. I don't think this is really a fight that Willow's and I am dizzy showing why he is a D2 player right there. Saving the Senna. Olaf is going to be able to take the... $1,000 gold though for the Kaisa, shutting down the Lucian, but they do lose the drag.
Red team has slain the dragon.
So Basha takes the 4th dragon, but not the soul.
Blue team's
Taking advantage of this Baron buff, take a couple towers. A lot of damage. In the Senate, it did build the Rage Blade, that broken item. Definitely taking advantage of the new meta, or the current meta that's going to be. That current meta that's going to be nerfed, I think, here by right in the future. So. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. The pike with the execute. So it looks like Basha's making a play here, the 30-minute play. Going for some kills. Definitely taking out the fight.
Blue team's inhibitor
So something I've been harping on my players about is getting a lot of CS, and you can see the Aurelia is definitely winning the CS battle against the Pike, but because she didn't get ahead with kills, I think that's another thing we're going to work on. It's usually not a problem with Micah here. So 2 inhibs down. I think a concerted push here by Basha could end this. Are they waiting on another drag? What are they waiting on? I do know, looking at my players beyond me, or closer to the camera, on the other side of me, toward the front of the arena, that this game is over. I'm going to assume that it's going to go to Basha. Oh, I am dizzy. Went ahead with that. I think if we make this play here, then oh, that Pike execute. The 2 of them that are left. Is the Basha bot lane just gonna make a play and win? Oh, that's a lot of minions down there. Willow is out for at least 15 more seconds. There's a lot of damage potential there. I think the minions alone are going to win this. They just let the minions take it? And that is a GG. Good job, Basha. Taking both of those. The second game, I think, was a little bit closer to the first. But we're going to go ahead and take a look. Here we go. And let's look at some advanced detail. Quick, easy graph, and we can once again see that Diamond 2 player. That is a huge difference. Very telling. And even though the Xerath wasn't that far ahead, in fact, didn't get any kills, still did a lot of damage. And so did all right. We have a couple more games this week. We have a Madden game on Thursday against Winslow, Arizona, and we have Carl Hayden for our Rocket Cast in the final 2 games of preseason. Next week is the beginning of regular season. We'll see where we place. It will start a modified Swift schedule, and so we'll see you guys soon.